Let them go and be happy alone. For sometimes the greatest act of love and self-care is to release what no longer serves you. The process of letting go is deeply transformative, as it allows us to free ourselves from the weight of unfulfilling relationships or situations that prevent us from reaching our highest potential. It is not about rejecting others, but about recognizing that we are worthy of peace, growth, and happiness, which often requires us to create space for new, healthier experiences. When we let go, we open the door to healing and personal growth, rediscovering the joy of being fully present with ourselves. Letting go is one of the most profound acts of self-liberation and self-care. It challenges us to confront our attachments, often rooted in comfort, familiarity, or even fear of the unknown. While these connections can provide temporary solace, they sometimes weigh us down, preventing growth and holding us back from embracing the possibilities that lie ahead. The process of letting go is not merely about severing ties or walking away. It is about consciously choosing to release what no longer serves our well-being or aligns with our evolving self. When we let go, we grant ourselves the freedom to heal. Emotional attachments, especially to people or situations that no longer nurture us, can be heavy burdens. Over time, these attachments may stagnate our emotional and spiritual growth, anchoring us in cycles of dissatisfaction. Letting go creates space for new opportunities, relationships, and experiences that resonate with who we are becoming rather than who we were. It is not an act of giving up, but of moving forward with courage and intention, unburdened by what once held us back. Releasing also brings clarity. It helps us distinguish between what we desire and what we truly need. Often, we cling to people or roles simply because they feel familiar. Yet this sense of security can sometimes be an illusion, keeping us confined to patterns that no longer reflect our values or aspirations. Letting go is an invitation to step into the unknown with trust and optimism. It allows us to explore uncharted territory within ourselves, unlocking potential that was previously overshadowed by fear or hesitation. Letting go is not a one-time event, but a continuous practice. Each day presents moments where we must decide whether to hold on or to release. This requires self-awareness and a willingness to confront our emotions honestly. The pain of letting go is often intertwined with the memories, expectations, and hopes we associate with what we are releasing. Acknowledging this pain is a vital part of the process, as it allows us to honor our past while embracing the present and the future. In doing so, we transform pain into wisdom and vulnerability into strength. There is an undeniable strength in letting go, though it may not always feel that way in the moment. Society often equates holding on with persistence and resolve, but true resilience lies in knowing when to let go and trust the natural flow of life. Letting go is an act of self-compassion, reminding us of our worth and paving the way for a life aligned with our values and true needs. It reminds us that we are not defined by our attachments, but by our ability to adapt, evolve, and grow. As we release what no longer serves us, we also gain the opportunity to redefine our priorities. The act of letting go forces us to assess what truly matters and to align our energy and efforts accordingly. This realignment can lead to a profound sense of empowerment as we recognize our ability to shape our own lives rather than allowing external forces to dictate our paths. Letting go is a reclamation of agency, a bold declaration that we are in charge of our own happiness and fulfillment. The journey of letting go is deeply personal and often non-linear. It may involve moments of doubt, regret, or fear, but it also offers glimpses of hope, peace, and liberation. It teaches us to trust the process of life, to believe that each ending is also a beginning, and to find solace in the knowledge that we are capable of handling whatever comes next. In the act of letting go, we discover not only what we are releasing, but also what we are gaining: freedom, clarity, and the space to embrace the person we are meant to become. Letting go deepens our connections. Releasing unhealthy relationships creates space for ones that truly nourish us. This does not mean that the relationships we let go of are without value. They often serve as important lessons or stepping stones on our journey. However, recognizing when a connection has run its course is an act of wisdom and courage, paving the way for new and enriching experiences. The beauty of letting go lies in its dual nature. It is both an ending and a beginning. It is an act of closing one chapter while simultaneously opening another, filled with possibility and promise. This duality is what makes letting go so powerful and transformative. It teaches us that life is a series of cycles, each bringing its own lessons and opportunities for growth. By embracing this truth, we learn to navigate change with grace and resilience, finding strength in our ability to adapt and thrive. Letting go is an act of love for ourselves and for the life we are creating. It is a recognition that we deserve to live authentically, unburdened by the weight of what no longer serves us. It is a testament to our resilience, our courage, and our unwavering belief in the possibility of a brighter, more fulfilling future. Through the process of letting go, we discover the beauty of freedom, the power of choice, and the infinite potential that lies within us. In a world that celebrates constant interaction and connection, choosing solitude can feel countercultural. Yet it is in moments of quiet that we begin to understand ourselves more deeply. Solitude allows us to strip away the expectations and opinions of others, revealing the authentic desires, values, and dreams that define who we are. When we embrace this silence, we create the space needed to align with our true selves. This alignment fosters a profound sense of peace and purpose as we learn to trust our instincts and nurture our inner voice. The strength found in solitude is quiet but transformative. It empowers us to face challenges with resilience and independence, knowing that we can rely on our own capabilities. Without the distractions of external influences, we are free to explore our thoughts and emotions without fear of judgment. This exploration often reveals untapped reserves of creativity, as solitude provides the stillness needed for innovation and inspiration to flourish. Many of history's greatest thinkers and creators have turned to solitude as a source of insight and ingenuity. Solitude also offers the unique gift of perspective. When we step away from the busyness of life, we gain the ability to see situations, relationships, and challenges with greater clarity. This distance helps us identify what truly matters, allowing us to make decisions that are aligned with our long-term well-being rather than short-term gratification. It is in these moments of stillness that we can assess our priorities, recalibrate our goals, and move forward with intention and focus. For many, the idea of spending time alone is intimidating, often rooted in a fear of confronting uncomfortable emotions or unresolved issues. Yet solitude provides the perfect environment for healing. When we allow ourselves to sit with our thoughts and emotions, we create the conditions necessary for growth and resolution. This process may be challenging, but it is also deeply rewarding, as it equips us with the emotional tools needed to face life's uncertainties with grace and strength. Solitude is not about withdrawing from the world entirely, but about finding balance. It is a way of reconnecting with ourselves so that we can engage more meaningfully with others. When we learn to be content in our own company, we no longer seek relationships out of neediness or dependency. Instead, we approach connections from a place of abundance, bringing our whole authentic selves to the table. This shift not only strengthens our relationships, but also enhances the quality of our interactions, as we are better able to give and receive love, support, and understanding. The peace found in solitude is not the absence of noise, but the presence of calm. It allows us to recharge and reset, stepping away from the demands and distractions of daily life. In solitude, we can reflect on our journey, celebrate our progress, and envision the path ahead. This reflection is a powerful tool for personal growth as it helps us identify patterns, learn from past experiences, and chart a course that aligns with our values and aspirations. Solitude reminds us that progress is not always about action, but about intention. When we embrace solitude, we also cultivate a sense of self-reliance. We learn to solve our own problems, motivate ourselves, and find fulfillment within. This independence builds confidence as we realize that we are capable of creating a life that reflects our dreams and desires. It is a reminder that our happiness is not contingent on others, but is something we can nurture from within. This realization is both liberating and empowering as it allows us to take ownership of our lives and our choices. Creativity flourishes in the quiet of solitude. When we step away from the noise of the world, we can tap into a wellspring of ideas, inspiration, and possibilities. This creative energy is not only about artistic endeavors, but about problem solving, innovation, and imagining new ways of being. Solitude gives us the freedom to dream without limitation, to explore without interruption, and to create without fear. It is a space where our imagination can run free, unencumbered by the constraints of practicality or external expectations. Solitude also helps us cultivate gratitude and mindfulness. In the stillness, we become more attuned to the beauty of the present moment, appreciating the simple joys that often go unnoticed in the rush of daily life. This mindfulness deepens our connection to ourselves and to the world around us, enhancing our ability to live with intention and awareness. Solitude teaches us that happiness is not something to be chased, but something to be experienced in the here and now. The transformative power of solitude lies in its ability to connect us to our inner selves. It is a reminder that we are enough just as we are, without the need for external validation or approval. By embracing solitude, we reclaim our power, discover our purpose, and unlock our potential. It is not a retreat from life, but an embrace of all that life has to offer, seen through the lens of clarity, strength, and self-reliance. Solitude, far from being a limitation, is a gateway to freedom, creativity, and fulfillment. Emotional freedom is the ability to experience emotions fully while maintaining control over how they influence our actions and decisions. It is not about suppressing or denying what we feel, but rather about understanding and embracing emotions as temporary states that carry valuable insights. This freedom allows us to navigate life with clarity and balance, unshackled from the constraints of overwhelming feelings or impulsive reactions. Emotional freedom is an ongoing practice of self-awareness, vulnerability, and intentional action. To achieve emotional freedom, we must first recognize the power of self-awareness. Emotions often arise as automatic responses to external events, and without awareness, they can dictate our behavior in ways that do not serve our best interests. Self-awareness invites us to pause and reflect on our emotions, asking questions like, what am I feeling? Why am I feeling this way? What is this emotion trying to tell me? This reflective practice allows us to separate our emotions from our identity, viewing them as transient experiences rather than defining characteristics. By doing so, we can respond to situations with intention rather than reacting impulsively. Vulnerability is a cornerstone of emotional freedom. Society often portrays vulnerability as a weakness, yet it is one of the most profound acts of courage. To be vulnerable means to allow ourselves to feel deeply and authentically, even when it is uncomfortable or risky. It means sharing our emotions with others without fear of judgment or rejection, which creates deeper connections and fosters emotional resilience. Vulnerability is not about oversharing or exposing ourselves recklessly, but about being honest with ourselves and those we trust. When we embrace vulnerability, we build the strength to face life's uncertainties with authenticity and grace. Forgiveness is another essential element of emotional freedom. Holding on to anger, resentment, or hurt binds us to the past, preventing us from moving forward. Forgiveness is not about condoning harmful behavior, but about releasing the emotional weight it places on us. It is a gift we give ourselves, a declaration that we will not allow the actions of others to control our emotions or dictate our happiness. Forgiveness frees us from the cycle of blame and bitterness, creating space for healing and growth. It empowers us to reclaim our emotional energy and direct it toward positive endeavors. Boundary setting is a practical tool for maintaining emotional freedom. Boundaries are not barriers, but guidelines that define how we allow others to treat us and how we protect our emotional well-being. Establishing healthy boundaries involves communicating our needs clearly and consistently, as well as recognizing and respecting the boundaries of others. Boundaries help us maintain a sense of autonomy, ensuring that our emotions are not unduly influenced by toxic relationships or environments. They create a safe space where we can thrive emotionally, fostering a sense of stability and self-respect. Emotional freedom also involves the ability to process and release emotions rather than suppressing or clinging to them. Emotions like waves rise and fall, and resisting them only intensifies their hold on us. By allowing ourselves to feel emotions fully, we honor their presence and the messages they carry. This process might involve journaling, meditation, or simply sitting with our feelings until they dissipate naturally. The act of release is liberating, reminding us that we have the power to let go of emotions that no longer serve us and to create room for peace and clarity. Another aspect of emotional freedom is the cultivation of emotional resilience. Resilience is not the absence of pain or difficulty, but the ability to recover and adapt in the face of challenges. When we are emotionally free, we view setbacks as opportunities for growth rather than as insurmountable obstacles. We develop the mental strength to weather life's storms with composure, knowing that our emotions are a part of the journey, not the destination. Resilience allows us to navigate change and uncertainty with confidence, trusting in our ability to handle whatever comes our way. Practicing mindfulness is a powerful way to achieve emotional freedom. Mindfulness teaches us to stay present, observing our emotions without judgment or attachment. By focusing on the present moment, we avoid becoming entangled in regrets about the past or anxieties about the future. Mindfulness creates a space between stimulus and response, allowing us to choose our reactions consciously. It enhances our ability to manage stress, regulate emotions, and cultivate a sense of inner calm. Through mindfulness, we learn that emotions are fleeting and we can experience them without being defined or overwhelmed by them. Emotional freedom transforms our relationships, both with ourselves and with others. When we are no longer controlled by our emotions, we can engage with others more authentically and compassionately. We become better listeners, more empathetic friends, and more supportive partners because we are not projecting our unresolved feelings onto others. Emotional freedom also strengthens our relationship with ourselves as we develop greater self-trust and self-compassion. We learn to validate our own emotions rather than seeking validation from others, fostering a sense of confidence and inner peace. Choosing happiness over attachment is one of the most transformative decisions we can make. It requires prioritizing inner peace and well-being over the comfort of familiar but unfulfilling relationships, jobs, or dreams. This choice challenges us to let go of the illusions that attachments create, those that tell us our worth is tied to what we possess, who we are with, or what we have achieved. By embracing this shift in perspective, we align ourselves with the natural flow of life, opening up to greater freedom, fulfillment, and authentic happiness. Attachments often create a false sense of security. We cling to people, situations, or goals because they feel familiar, even when they no longer serve our growth or happiness. This clinging stems from a fear of change, of stepping into the unknown, or of facing the possibility of being alone. However, true happiness is not found in the act of holding on, but in the courage to let go when something no longer resonates with who we are becoming. Letting go is not an act of defeat. but a declaration of trust in ourselves and in life's ability to bring us what we truly need. Prioritizing happiness over attachment begins with self-awareness. We must take an honest look at the relationships, jobs, or dreams we are holding on to and ask ourselves whether they bring us joy or merely serve as placeholders for the fear of emptiness. This requires us to recognize the difference between temporary satisfaction and lasting fulfillment. When we hold on to something purely out of habit or fear, we deny ourselves the opportunity to experience the peace that comes with living authentically. Letting go of these attachments is not about abandoning responsibility or care, but about aligning our lives with what genuinely nurtures our spirit. Choosing happiness over attachment also involves embracing the impermanence of life. Everything we encounter, people, situations, and even emotions, has a natural lifespan. Some relationships or jobs are meant to last for a season, teaching us valuable lessons before their time in our lives comes to an end. When we resist this impermanence, we create unnecessary suffering, clinging to what is no longer meant to be. Accepting impermanence allows us to cherish what we have while it is present and release it with gratitude when its season has passed. This perspective shifts our focus from loss to appreciation, from scarcity to abundance. A key part of this process is trusting that what is meant for us will align with us naturally, without force or struggle. When we choose happiness over attachment, we shift our energy away from trying to control outcomes and toward embracing life's flow. This does not mean passivity or indifference. Rather, it is an act of faith in ourselves and in the universe. Trusting life's flow means understanding that every ending creates space for a new beginning. Every closed door leads to an open one, and every moment of letting go is a step towards something greater. Choosing happiness over attachment requires emotional courage. It can be difficult to walk away from something we have invested deeply in, whether it is a relationship that no longer feels supportive or a career path that no longer aligns with our values. Yet this courage is what allows us to break free from cycles of dissatisfaction and create space for joy and fulfillment. It is an act of self-respect, a way of honoring our worth and prioritizing our well-being over the opinions or expectations of others. This choice also encourages us to cultivate self-reliance and resilience. When we stop seeking happiness from external sources, we discover that our true fulfillment comes from within. We learn to validate our own worth, nurture our own joy, and create our own peace. This inner strength becomes a foundation for navigating life's uncertainties with confidence and grace. By prioritizing our happiness, we shift from a mindset of dependency to one of empowerment, where we take ownership of our emotional state and our choices. As we choose happiness over attachment, we also redefine what success and fulfillment mean to us. No longer tied to external validation or societal expectations, we are free to pursue what truly lights us up, even if it defies conventional wisdom. This redefinition allows us to live in alignment with our values and passions, creating a life that feels meaningful and authentic. By letting go of attachments to outdated dreams or goals, we make room for new opportunities that are more aligned with our current selves. Choosing happiness over attachment does not mean we stop caring or that we become detached from the world. Instead, it means we engage with life and relationships from a place of abundance rather than fear. We love deeply, give generously, and pursue our passions wholeheartedly, but we do so without clinging to specific outcomes. This approach fosters healthier connections as we interact with others from a place of mutual respect and understanding rather than neediness or dependency. Choosing happiness over attachment is about finding balance. It is about recognizing when to hold on and when to let go, when to fight for something and when to surrender. It is about trusting ourselves to make choices that honor our well-being and trusting life to guide us toward what is best for us. This balance allows us to experience life more fully, appreciating each moment for what it is while remaining open to what it might become. Redefining fulfillment begins with a shift in perspective, moving away from societal expectations and toward a life aligned with personal values and purpose. Fulfillment is often misunderstood as the attainment of external markers of success such as wealth, recognition, or prestige. However, true fulfillment arises from living authentically, pursuing what deeply matters to us, and finding meaning in our unique journey. This redefinition is not about rejecting success, but about reframing it to reflect balance, presence, and growth. At its core, fulfillment is an internal experience. It is about aligning our actions, goals, and choices with what we genuinely value. When we measure our lives against societal standards, we risk chasing goals that may bring temporary satisfaction, but fail to resonate with our deeper needs and desires. Redefining fulfillment requires us to pause and reflect on what truly brings us joy and meaning, setting aside the noise of external pressures to focus on what matters most to us as individuals. This process of redefinition encourages balance. A fulfilling life is not one dominated by a single pursuit, but one that harmonizes various aspects of our existence: career, relationships, personal growth, health, and leisure. When we overextend ourselves in one area at the expense of others, we risk burnout and dissatisfaction. True fulfillment lies in creating a life where these elements coexist in a way that feels sustainable and enriching. Balance is not about perfection, but about finding a rhythm that supports our well-being and allows us to thrive. Presence is another essential component of fulfillment. Modern life often pulls our attention in countless directions, making it easy to lose sight of the present moment. We may find ourselves fixated on future goals or dwelling on past regrets, unable to fully engage with the here and now. Fulfillment, however, is rooted in presence, the ability to appreciate the small, everyday moments that make life meaningful. Practicing mindfulness helps us cultivate this sense of presence, enabling us to savor life's joys and navigate its challenges with greater clarity and intention. Personal growth is the cornerstone of a fulfilling life. Fulfillment is not a destination, but an ongoing journey of learning, evolving, and expanding our potential. It involves embracing challenges as opportunities for growth and viewing setbacks not as failures, but as stepping stones toward greater resilience and understanding. When we prioritize personal growth, we cultivate a mindset that values progress over perfection and curiosity over complacency. This growth-oriented perspective allows us to find fulfillment even in the midst of uncertainty and change. Redefining fulfillment also invites us to reconsider what it means to contribute to the world. True fulfillment often goes beyond personal achievement to include a sense of purpose that connects us to something larger than ourselves. This might involve making a positive impact through our work, supporting our communities, or nurturing meaningful relationships. When we align our efforts with a higher purpose, we experience a profound sense of satisfaction that transcends material success. This alignment not only enriches our own lives, but also creates ripples of positivity in the lives of others. Gratitude plays a pivotal role in redefining fulfillment. By focusing on what we have rather than what we lack, we shift our mindset from scarcity to abundance. Gratitude allows us to appreciate the journey, celebrate our progress, and find contentment in the present moment. It reminds us that fulfillment is not about acquiring more, but about recognizing the value of what we already have. This practice of gratitude fosters a sense of peace and joy, helping us approach life with a heart full of appreciation and a mind open to possibility. A significant aspect of this redefinition is breaking free from comparison. When we compare ourselves to others, we often lose sight of our unique path and strengths. Fulfillment requires us to embrace our individuality, trusting that our journey is valid and valuable, even if it looks different from those around us. Letting go of comparison allows us to focus on our own growth and happiness, fostering a deeper sense of self-acceptance and confidence. This shift enables us to celebrate the successes of others without diminishing our own sense of worth. Redefining fulfillment also involves embracing imperfection. Life is inherently messy and unpredictable, and fulfillment is not about achieving a flawless existence, but about finding beauty and meaning within the imperfections. When we let go of the need to have everything figured out or perfectly aligned, we open ourselves to the richness of life as it is. This acceptance creates space for joy, creativity, and connection, reminding us that fulfillment is found not in controlling life, but in embracing it with an open heart. Redefining fulfillment is a deeply personal journey. It invites us to listen to our inner voice, trust our intuition, and honor our unique values and aspirations. It challenges us to let go of external expectations and to define success and happiness on our own terms. This process is not always easy, as it requires courage, self-reflection, and a willingness to forge our own path. Yet it is through this journey that we discover the true essence of fulfillment, a life lived authentically, with purpose, and in harmony with what matters most to us. It is a journey of becoming, a continuous unfolding of our potential, and a celebration of the richness and complexity of being fully alive. Trusting the journey is an act of faith and resilience, a commitment to embracing the unknown with an open heart and a steady mind. Life often unfolds in ways we cannot predict, and attempting to control every aspect of our path can lead to frustration and disconnection. Instead, trusting the journey means surrendering to the flow of life, understanding that even in moments of uncertainty or difficulty, there is purpose and meaning to be found. This trust allows us to navigate challenges with grace, find joy in the present moment, and move forward with courage and confidence. At its core, trusting the journey requires us to let go of the need for absolute certainty. The unknown can feel daunting, but it also holds infinite possibilities. When we relinquish the illusion of control, we open ourselves to opportunities that may have been hidden by our attachment to specific outcomes. Trusting the journey does not mean abandoning effort or responsibility, but rather aligning our actions with faith that the right paths will reveal themselves in time. This mindset shifts our focus from fear of the unknown to curiosity about what lies ahead. Resilience is the foundation of trusting the journey. Life's challenges test our resolve, but also offer opportunities for growth. Like seeds breaking through soil, we flourish through adversity. When we trust the process, we recognize that difficulties are not obstacles to avoid, but lessons to embrace. Each challenge we face shapes us, building strength and perspective that prepare us for future endeavors. Resilience is not about being unshaken by hardship, but about rising each time we fall, knowing that the journey itself is an integral part of our growth. Embracing the present moment is essential to trusting the journey. Often, we become so focused on where we want to go or what we hope to achieve that we overlook the value of the here and now. The present is where life truly happens, and by grounding ourselves in this moment, we cultivate a sense of peace and clarity. Mindfulness helps us stay connected to the present, allowing us to appreciate the beauty of our current experiences while releasing anxiety about the future or regret about the past. Trusting the journey is, in many ways, a practice of mindfulness, an acknowledgement that every step has its own significance. Listening to our intuition is another key aspect of trusting the journey. Our intuition acts as an inner compass, guiding us toward choices that align with our values and aspirations. In a world filled with noise and external opinions, it can be easy to lose touch with this quiet voice within. However, by tuning into our instincts and trusting our inner wisdom, we strengthen our ability to navigate life's twists and turns. Intuition is not a substitute for reason, but a complement to it, offering insights that logic alone may not reveal. Trusting the journey involves striking a balance between thoughtful planning and intuitive guidance, allowing both to inform our decisions. Faith in the journey encourages us to cultivate a sense of gratitude for the process itself. When we trust that each moment, no matter how small, contributes to our growth and evolution, we begin to see life as a series of interconnected experiences rather than isolated events. This perspective fosters a sense of wholeness, reminding us that even the challenges and uncertainties we face are part of a larger, meaningful tapestry. Gratitude transforms our outlook, helping us approach life with a spirit of openness and appreciation. Trusting the journey is about finding balance between effort and surrender. It is about showing up fully in our lives, doing our best with what we have, and then letting go of the outcome. This balance empowers us to take risks, pursue our dreams, and face challenges without being paralyzed by fear or doubt. Trusting the journey is not about passivity or complacency. It is an active choice to engage with life from a place of faith and resilience. It is a reminder that we are co-creators of our destiny, working in harmony with the natural flow of life. To trust the journey is to embrace its uncertainties and imperfections with an open heart. It is to acknowledge that life's beauty lies not in its predictability, but in its spontaneity and depth. Each moment, each decision, and each experience contributes to the person we are becoming. Trusting the journey means believing in our ability to adapt, grow, and thrive, even when the path is unclear. It is a profound act of self-love and courage, a testament to our resilience and our unwavering belief in the possibility of a brighter tomorrow. In conclusion, the journey toward fulfillment is rooted in the courage to let go, the embrace of solitude, and the faith to trust life's unfolding path. Letting go allows us to release what no longer serves us, freeing ourselves to grow and welcome new possibilities. Solitude, far from being a source of loneliness, becomes a sanctuary where we reconnect with our inner selves, gaining clarity, strength, and inspiration. Trusting the journey teaches us to find beauty in uncertainty, to navigate challenges with resilience, and to believe in the wisdom of life's flow. As we prioritize our well-being, we uncover the inner strength that propels us forward. This journey encourages us to embrace change, not as a disruption, but as an opportunity to evolve and realign with our true selves. Letting go, embracing the present, and staying open to the future create a deeply fulfilling life. In doing so, we find peace not in perfection, but in the act of living fully, courageously, and with purpose.